Very first moderate exercise. Now we're gonna have a little bit more sharper turns. So we're gonna go around this next cone on the left, go around this middle cone, around these two cones, and it's almost like a big loop. Okay, so let's familiarize ourselves on this first one and try to go for time on the second run to hopefully beat our buddy or beat our own time. Here we go. So around this cone, around this middle cone, around these two cones, around all these cones. Now we can exit out, so I'm gonna give it some power. 14.74, all right, here we go. Same thing, now we familiarize, around, 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 around. Here we go, this is the snake. So around, I'm gonna cut this one a little bit sharp. I'm gonna go around these cones, I'm looking. And we're gonna go ahead and accelerate out. When your nose is pointed towards you want to go ahead and give it some speed. 13.4. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. It's called the boxer's glove. Boxer's glove looks like a little bit like a glove. I love it, it's a lot of fun. This first turn is gonna be a little bit sharp, so you're gonna need to really take this first part slow, and then it's a big loop. We'll go ahead and familiarize ourselves with it. Let's jump into this one. So I'm gonna go a little bit wide because I need to make it around this first cone. And then it's around all of these cones. And then once I pass this cone, I have to cut in around that and then exit out. Okay, familiarize ourselves. 14.53. So once again, around this first cone, and then it's all the way around, and then you have to cut in, and then you have to go around this middle cone at the very end. So, okay, cool, I got it. Here we go. So nice and wide. Look, slow it down, friction zone, throttle control, head and eye movement. That's almost like a figure eight, kind of change of direction right there. So right here, it's almost like a swerve. Swerve! And I'm just kind of in first gear this whole time. 13.308. All right, the next one's gonna be called the kidney. Let's go ahead and jump into that one. This one's gonna be a little bit harder. It's almost like a straight line weave. We have to go all the way to the outside cones, straight line weave it, all the way around, straight line weave it, and then exit out. Here we go. So familiarize ourselves with this one. So it's all the way around all the cones right now. And then I'm gonna take this one a little wide. Okay, straight line weave, turn our head as best we can. And then we're going all the way around, and then same thing, straight line weave, so nice 360 turn basically. Familiarize ourselves with it, and then exit out. This one you're gonna have to take a little bit slower, 31 seconds, a little bit slower, but maybe we can improve that speed. Okay, so all the way around, straight line weave, all the way around, straight line weave, and then exit out. Should be pretty simple now. So all the way around, take this one like that. Straight line weave. If you feel like you're gonna fall in, that means you don't have enough counterbalance. If you're gonna put your foot down, counterbalance a little bit more. Put a little bit more weight on that outside peg. And then we're gonna go ahead and exit out as best we can. 26.9. Much better this time. Cut out about 4 seconds. Pretty good. We're gonna jump into the triple threat right now. Triple threat looks pretty difficult, looks pretty intense, but we're gonna familiarize ourselves with it. So we're gonna go around this first cone, cut through the middle, and then we're gonna go around this cone like we just did in the boxer's glove. Around this cone, I know it's gonna sound difficult when I'm explaining this, around all the cones, through the middle, just like the figure eight basically, and then the bootlace, and then we're gonna come all the way around. So if we need to, we're gonna go ahead and look at our phone and then kind of glance up and down until we can get this, okay? So all the way around, and then we're gonna cut in here, and we're gonna go all the way around this one. We're gonna shoot to the outside. We're gonna go all the way around. Now it's like the bootlace. There it is. Okay, now we kind of familiarize ourselves with it. We got 24.39. Maybe our buddy got 27. We're still beating him, you know. We get one more try. See who can win this one now. So we're going to go all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. So now it's going to be a nice U-turn right here. Now it's all the way around. All the way around. Just like the bootlace, we have to go around this last cone and then exit out. Look at the exit. And this is to test your memorization skills, because you're having to use the bike in a way that you never really had to with your brain. All right, we're gonna move on to the Anaconda next. All right, the Anaconda is a hard one. We're in the very first hard exercises, but the thing with the Anaconda is that it's just basically a bunch of loops. Now it's a little bit difficult because it's around one cone each, so you might have to go wider on some of these, but it's a pretty easy path to follow. So we're gonna go around these first cones, come in. It's all around one cone at a time. So just think of that. One cone at a time, a bunch of loops. So we're gonna go around this one. I'm gonna take a little bit wide. Around this one. See, if you do that, you gotta counterweight to the left a little bit more. Around this one. And then it's all the way around. So if you notice, I've been talking about it during these drills, is that if you put your foot down, it's because the weight is falling down towards that foot. That's why you put your foot down. So what do you have to do? You have to put more weight on the outside so you don't put your foot down. So let's go ahead and do that this time. A little bit more body shift of that weight. Okay, so you can either put half a butt cheek to the side, where on the outside, or you can put weight on that peg on the outside. So let's go do that. So around this one. Around this one. See how I'm doing a little bit more weight? Around this one. Looking where I want to go a little bit more weight like this. So a little bit more weight like this. And we're going to go ahead and exit all the way out. You don't get points taken away if you put your foot down. The only thing is if you don't do the design or you hit a cone, you have to restart that run. Or the run doesn't count. All right, guys, we're going to jump into the butterfly next. All right, this one looks pretty complicated, but what we're doing is we're going straight. We're going around all these last two cones, come around to this exit cone, around that cone, around all these last cones over here, cut in to go shoot for that outside cone, and then come right out. So it's just a boom, 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 almost like a zigzag, which is the bonus exercise at the very end. So here we go. So around these two cones, shoot for this outside cone. You have to go around that cone, shoot for that outside cone, but now we're going to go around these two cones, shoot for this outside cone, around just this outside cone. Make sure you go to the right of this cone and then exit out. So familiarize yourself with it, look at the designs, play with it. Maybe have a warm-up run instead of 2 runs only. You have like a warm-up run and then you do 2 runs for time. Have your fun with that. 23.79. You guys create your own rules if you want. Here we go. Around these two cones, shoot for this outside cone, around this outside cone, shoot for this outside cone, around these two cones, shoot for this outside cone, only this outside cone, go right of this next cone at the end, and then exit out. Talk to yourself, talk to yourself, talk to yourself, talk to yourself. It makes it easier to make it. All right, this is called the rabbit ears. The rabbit ears is just kind of like what we did with the butterfly, but a little bit simpler, looks a little bit more fun. I like it, but this is where you can add some speed. That's why it's a little bit further down the list. So we're gonna go straight to the outside. That's where the hard part is. Straight to the outside, around one cone, around every cone on this first part. Shoot to the outside cone, around this cone. Okay, it's very symmetrical. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna go around this, shoot to the outside, go around this cone, around all of these cones, shoot to this outside cone right here, turn. Now you have to go left of this cone and then exit out. 18.71, or I'm sorry, 18.21. All right, same thing. Let's see if we can beat that time. I want you guys to try to beat my time here, okay? I'm giving you a little bit of a leeway because I'm trying to teach at the same time. So here we go. Left of this cone, outside, all around, outside cone, left side. So
left side. How's everybody doing? I look a little orange. What's up with that? What's up with that? Let's take a... Let me mess with this a little bit. Color correction, saturation. Whoa! It's going to adjust that just a little bit. Looks about natural right there. Hey, how you doing, Horvath? Haven't seen you in a while. Missy, how you doing? Do adaptive. Harry Offso, how you doing? Seen some of the same people in here. Alex, how you doing? Yeah, so Fridays. Still look a little bright. I don't know. So Fridays, we're doing Fridays now. And saturation, good. All right. Copyrighted? You had copyrighted? I knew it was be adaptive. I wonder what happened there. Copyright issues? Need rehab? How you doing, Sad Hume? First time live. So what we do here, I'm glad you're here. We're in my dorm room right now. We typically start off in the office. Go ahead and pause the music just a little bit. We usually start off in the office or we're in the classroom. We'll get to the classroom once we hit about, what is it? We typically do like 100 likes, right? 100 likes? Yeah. We're at 24. We're a quarter there. That's when we start the videos. We kind of just catch up about the week. Be adapted as a hand-free hunting trigger for aimless people. Oh, armless people? That's weird. Surprised you got that. I understand how copyright works. I actually had to get some stuff copyright. Anyways, distractions too. Yeah, we're gonna catch up and just kind of hang out for a little bit until we get those likes in. And just tell me about your week. You know, what'd you do this week? Write it in the chat. I see people already starting to do that. Yeah. So Fridays, we're gonna do Fridays, and so basically, like what I like to do, and I've been doing Thursdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for what 2-3 years now. Pretty consistent. I used to do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I used to do a lot. So now it's going to be back to Fridays. So what I used to do is on Thursdays, I'll do the live stream, and that would be like my Friday. I would have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes Monday off pretty much for the most part. It's like a get back to half day on Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, like my work days. And that allowed me to get some creative time, some personal time and everything. But now that the book, which I just got I'm getting the physical proof, the second physical proof on Monday. The book is going to be coming out hopefully very soon, hopefully by the end of the month. But now that I got that accomplished with the creative stuff, I'm getting back into filming a lot more. It's getting a little bit nicer out. It's a little bit warmer, but that's fine. I like that. But it's going to allow me to go up Mount Lemon and everything like that. And so now my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are just full work days. Fridays also a work day because now we're going to be doing the live streams on Fridays. And then Saturday, Sunday off. Monday, golf. Pretty much like that. Yeah, the beard's a little different. You notice too. A girl told him to shave it, pretty much. I like it. Makes me feel good, easy. Saves money on shampoo and conditioner. So we're doing we're doing Fridays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for now. See you later, Boss P. Doing Fridays now, and so that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then once some other things kind of start happening, I'll be doing like a live get together for like the team, the Smart Rider crew. When it comes to the Smart Rider games, and I'll be doing that probably once a week also. What do I golf? What's my handicap? I mean, I shoot about a 90. If I really want to like keep real score, my goal is to break 85. Yeah. I mean, I just try to keep the ball in play. I don't drive super far, but the goal is to drive it to the fairway, like 220, 240. Try to two-putt everything. Was it only like 13 to 15 bogeys? That's the goal. How do I do on the second hole? Car Geek, welcome back. You have a great beard. I haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, people shampoo if they want to not have beard itch. I use beard shampoo and conditioner, and then I used to blow dry my beard, but now I don't have to. Just dry it off. So yeah, so this week, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the conversation here because I want to hear about your guys' week while we're getting people into class, and hitting that like button. So this week for me, since last week, we had the live stream, last Thursday, right? Went to Sonoyta, had some wine, had a good time. I don't know how much I should be sharing. I don't know if she's listening to this, but yeah, basically just had a good time. Enjoyed it. I got a little tired, a little sleepy. The wine got to me, but overall great weather. Got to try out 2 different wineries. Had a good time doing that. And then church, pretty typical. I had some accounting stuff. Like now we're getting boring. Some accounting stuff on Monday. My dog Stella had an issue with some colitis, so pooping out some mucus and all that stuff. Pretty scary. She's had issues in the past, and so she had a vet appointment. I've been dealing with that, sleeping in the living room with her because she's having accidents. She's finally doing better. Switched her to like a chicken and rice, boiled chicken, white rice, just plain. So she's doing a lot better. Therapy on Wednesday, good workouts. And then this morning I went swimming, back to swimming. If you guys watch me on Instagram, the Instagram stories, I do swimming stiffs. Back to swimming. And then I got dinner tonight. I have dinner with the person I'm talking to, seeing, and her parents. So, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, it's been my week. First time catching me live. Just got a motorbike and been binging your stuff. Stoked to be here. How you doing? Fixed with glue. Interesting. We're gonna get back in. We're gonna get into the classroom. In fact, let's go ahead and get into the classroom. Let's get 6 more people to hit the like button, and then we'll just go ahead and get going in there. Let's go ahead and get the music back. I'm gonna take the elevator. Glad I had a good week, but poor Stella. Good. Yeah, she's doing good. All right, we're gonna take the elevator here. I'll see you guys in there. There we go. Oh, what happened? Huh. Wonder what the, there we go. Forgot I could do that. Get out of that. Let's do that. I just did down payment on a Yamaha R1. Nice, Alex. The hubster is a golfer. We switched off weekends so he can get out on the course, and I have a chance to go on long motorcycle rides. Golf is apparently relaxing and hell of a workout. Yeah, if you're walking it, it's a good workout. Definitely a good workout. You get a lot of miles. It is relaxing. It can be frustrating at the same time, but when you get good at something, it's relaxing. So I think he's probably good at it then if he's enjoying it as much as I do. I low-sided my bike on Sunday. And was in the ER overnight. Been in recovery since, making quick progress in recovery though. What happened? Like what's your injuries? I mean, if you're in overnight, but quick recovery, that's good. It's been a week, so that's good. Got certified for teaching MSF, and then when students ask where to watch more safety videos, I send them your way always. Hey, Sean Pinkerton, I hope you're having fun. I was an MSF rider coach for a while, and then I kind of got into this full time. I hope you're having some fun. You're gonna find some interesting questions. That's kind of the fun part of it. And if you don't know, you don't know. Always come, and that's how you learn. You're gonna go ahead and get more information later. Just had wrist surgery. I just had wrist surgery yesterday. I won't be back on the bike for a month or two. Uh-oh. Yeah, that sucks. Unfortunately, my GoPro isn't here. So no, okay. Oh, jeez. I got a ride on Wednesday. It's been pissing with rain ever since. It's been raining here locally, and windy lately. He surprised me with an LS2 modular helmet this week. Oh, nice. That's a nice helmet. What's up, Saha? Still in recovery, PNW Rider. Okay, thanks to you. I was able to build up my confidence to safely get my motorcycle license. Thank you for all the wonderful videos you make. Hey, that's my goal, is to get you from like nothing to doing something. And then, hey, guess what, Connor? At some point, you're like, I don't really care to watch Dan in the Fireman anymore. I'm good with that. It means you moved on past me. That's the point of a coach and a mentor. It's like, you're not... see, that's the thing, is like, a lot of people... Let's go and pause the music. A lot of people are like, man, you have so many subscribers, but you're not getting like a ton of views. Like, I've never gotten a ton of views. Like, there's a few videos that got like a couple million, but most videos get well under 100,000. But I have like 650,000 subscribers. The thing is, people hit subscribe button and watch the videos when they first start, and then they don't watch anymore, and they just don't unsubscribe. And that's kind of the point, is that I teach people how to get from like nothing in some road strategy, and once they understand it, they take off and they don't need me anymore. That's exactly what I'm trying to get done here. Now, if I want, more views and everything, then I can make, more eye-catching stuff and evergreen content and everything like that. And that's what I'm going to be getting into. But for the most part, this is just all training and education. So, yeah. Once you learn it, you're done. Oh, when riding Phoenix Drive, do you use the rear only, front, or both brakes? I'm scared to drop the bike using the front brakes. Use both. You're going to get most of the stopping power from the front brake, though, about 80%. Took me about 11 weeks after wrist surgery before I could ride. Lacerations in my hip, knees, and face. Had to have stitches in my face. Oh, jeez. Sad whom you should be doing. You'll do well. You'll do well. We'll watch you just for the lessons. They're extremely formative. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Awesome, the milkman. Appreciate that. Yeah, so like my goal is to like once this next book, 'cause I'm writing out the next book, at least once those videos are done, and the academy's up, the goal after that is, now that I have the educational material, is to start making marketing material for it. So think of like, what I'm trying to build is like a competitor to the MSF in some way. You don't necessarily get your endorsement, but it gives you enough information to go get your endorsement or to be prepped. It's like a pre-ride class, course curriculum. And then, so once that's done, at that point now on YouTube, I'd be making like 5 tips, this, this, and just getting people to get to the actual educational content. I went from advertising everyone else's stuff to building my stuff, and that's where I'm currently at, is building my stuff, and then I'll get back to advertising my stuff. And the first one is this. It's the new book. The new book, yeah, it's pretty, I'm pretty excited about it. The Smart Rider games. There's just a lot, and you can scan the QR code. So that's like one of the cool things. And then on the digital version, you can actually click it. So there we go. So you can do that. You can just scan it, and then on the digital version, it's hard to do it like backwards. On the digital version, you just click it. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It's much easier to use this time around. and it has a game set up to it. So we'll be trying to sell some of these at the beginning. We have 2 videos today. We got 61 likes. We're gonna get started pretty soon. 84 of you in here. More people start showing up towards the middle of this. That's how it goes. Colin, yes, everyone sign up. Phoenix Driver is another level. Wow, 4-wheelers here drive so very great. Yeah, you have to be aggressive in some of these areas in Phoenix. So just kind of plan your ride. Let people be idiots. Mainly find your escape paths, practice your braking, and if it gives you too much anxiety, stay off the 10, you know. The 101 can be a little crazy too, but there's a lot of lanes. Just kind of hang out on the right. Same with the 202. Lots of red beards. Yeah, I thought it was all one person. Solid Snake, how you doing? How's your brother, Liquid? And Solidus. How's your dad, Big Boss? Yeah, I switched from, we're gonna get started soon. I switched from Zins. You guys know I was like on a little nicotine thing. Switched to Zins to like these alpha. I'm liking them. Haven't had a Zin in a while. SoCal traffic can be heavy, but still not bad to drive. Yeah, I was more concerned about my blood pressure. I want to try the ones, I think it's called Flow, and they have like lion's mane. I think at this point, when it came to, 1 second. Yeah, when it came to Zins, I think it was more of like an oral fixation thing. It wasn't necessarily like I was addicted to the nicotine. And then like when I quit, I was fine. A little bit lethargic, but not that big of a deal. But once I switched to this, that was the thing. It was very much easier. What do you mean get signed in? So click that like button, the milkman. You have to hit the like button. That's how you sign into class. I'm a baby face at 35. Yeah, I'm 30. I'm gonna be 38. I'm gonna be 38 this year. Close to 40. I still feel like I'm like early 20s. I don't know where the time went. It's Missy. I'm almost there. Like back in the day, this would be like a week. This would take a week. It's so weird feeling like having just like a week long beard. I don't know. Feels good though. All right. We're going to get started soon. 67 likes. So these videos will go out tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm probably going to cut them up in half. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's kind of what we'll do. Because some of these videos, I mean, they're 10 minutes, but I make them like double for the most part. I haven't seen them, so I don't know how crazy they are. Let's take a look at some of this stuff. Let's do this one. I feel like I've seen that.
Here you see yet another example of how dangerous speeding can be, especially when you are going too fast and not paying enough attention.
I feel like I've seen this one.
That's exactly when you don't want to fall. And oi, oi.
I didn't see that one. I think I've seen this one. Did we see this one? Yeah, scary. 2024 was scary for. Did he like? Oh, 2 months ago. Why is it? Whoa, one sec. Good thing I'm checking this first. Wait, did we? Yeah, we saw that one. We haven't seen this one. That's the one that's supposed to be in here. I think I had a... Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, I clicked the wrong button. Good thing we checked. Good thing we checked. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I keep this going, so I was accidentally on the January one instead of 314. So my syllabus was off. That's all. I clicked the wrong thing. Lots of buttons for 38. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta get the pen out. Let's get the pen out. Let's take a look a little bit. Kind of like what's happening here. Let's take a look.
Hello everyone, in today's
One sec, that person was like screaming it out. I want to see that one.
Hello everyone, in today's video we will see plenty of unexpected situations that these riders had to handle. Speed was often the main
Going nuts. Sharp left turn, 25 miles per hour.
So
We haven't started yet, guys. We're just gonna take a look at some of this stuff.
So
Another indication we got a sharp left.
Right
A lot of chevrons. Look at all this. Look at all the signage. They don't put that much if there hasn't been that many accidents, right?
Whoa! Yeah,
All right. What else do we got here? This one looks interesting.
Here we are just cruising.
So the warning click, so they're putting their leg out to say that there's a road hazard right there. Oh, geez. Getting his Flavor Flav on, exactly. Okay. Oh, he hit something. He's leaking. Yeah, oil building up in the... Okay, oil's being sprayed everywhere. Oh, that back tire could easily be like washed out, so good job. So if you're on your Cardo Pack Talk Edge, you could just be telling everybody. You don't have to do that. 109 miles per hour, okay.
in this case, speed was the main reason this
Made with Kinemaster, I mean... Alright,
rider
whatever.
got into trouble. Luckily, he walked away without any serious injuries.
A little bit too fast in the corner. Same thing, getting shot out a little bit wide. Maintain, maintain. Oh, there's the crash. There's the crash. There it is. Got very lucky. Oh, very nice, me. Yeah, so we got some good ones here. What's happening here?
Henry, look at me.
Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Brake lever. All right, we're going to go ahead and watch this one. We're going to go ahead and enjoy that, but you know how it goes. We're going to do the ad read at the beginning. All right. So here we go. Actually, we'll start here. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we're watching this MotoStars video. There's going to be a lot of crashes and close calls. The goal is to figure out how it happened, what happened, utilizing the plan method, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about that. But before we jump into that, make sure you guys check out the store. We do have the brand new, let's go ahead and make myself a little bit bigger, the brand new Smart Rider Games. It is a digital format. You just click one of the QR codes, and it'll take you to the actual video demonstration of what it is that we're doing here. Also, the physical version of it is coming out, so a little bit better view. So that's how you set it up. These are some of the drills. Lots of fun. It's going to help you out when it comes to getting bonded with your bike, tight turns, figure eights, so you're actually prepped and ready for the MSF. Or if you just want to skip the MSF and go straight and get your endorsement, this will help you out. Links in description. Check it out. We're going to jump right into this video.
Hello everyone, in today's video
Okay,
we will
so once again, we're going to utilize
situations
the plan
that these
method.
riders had to handle. Speed was often the main cause.
So locating hazardous situations, we have a sharp left turn coming up. It says recommended 25 miles per hour. We should probably get closer to that 25 miles per hour. It looks like we're going about 60.
to learn than from the
See if we
mistakes
can
of others.
pause it. But there's another sign indicating, hey, hazard situation coming up.
South end,
All the chevrons right there. There's a reason why there's a lot of signage. Let's see what happens here. Looks like we're going about 60. Felt my front tire slipping. Probably bad tread on the tire. Maybe slammed the front brake a little bit hard because we're panicking a little bit. Thankfully, nothing bad happened, though. But the goal here is to do slow look, press, and roll. You guys know how it goes. Slow down before the turn. Slow down before the turn, look through the turn, press initiate counter steering, and roll the throttle when on your way out. So find out those hazard situations. Don't make yourself the problem. 103, I'm assuming kilometers per hour. Let's see. Nighttime hazards. We have issues with visibility. Like right here, maybe a left turner. We have side of the vehicle right there. Somebody's peeking out, and then we crash and T-bone that person. So when it comes to intersections, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to plan. We have to locate hazard situations. If nighttime is going to be the hazardous area, you have to start looking out for patterns. So we're coming up to here, and this is a good indicator right here in the road that there's an intersection coming up. There's an opportunity for a right turn for us, meaning that there's going to be at least a T intersection or a cross intersection. So we have to be aware that there could be somebody else in that area. We also see the side of the vehicle right here. I mean, you can see the intersection up there, but the side of the vehicle, you have a headlight right here, and you have tail light right here. And so when we see that kind of stuff in daytime, we start covering the brakes. We go into orange stage, a little bit prepped and ready, understanding there could be something here. They could be pulling out. Remember, if the visibility is bad for us, it's bad for them. They're not going to see us and not be able to judge well. So kind of creep up to it a little bit slower. So if it's a 35-mile-an-hour road, maybe creep up to it at 30. But what you're doing is engine braking, applying some progressive braking, so you're already prepped and ready for an emergency stop or an emergency swerve. So just be kind of cautious. Kind of have this gut feeling of, I don't know, this isn't good. Because right here, once you see them poking out, you're already slowing down. You're already applying engine braking and progressive braking so that you have weight on that front tire. You're able to slow down enough to hopefully let them go through, and then you can make a swerve. Or if you're going to hit them, instead of hitting them at 35, you might hit them at 15. A little bit better. Still not good, but as smart riders, this is why we acquire and use personal protective equipment. We can't solve every problem. We can hopefully mitigate some of these injuries. Don't anticipate that they're going to do the right thing. You can't do that. It doesn't work. My luck has been off the charts. Okay. I don't know what that was all about. Oh, geez. Oh, guarding his left hip. That's gonna be painful. So he hit the ground and then probably hit the car too. But that right there, that's where the left hip. So we talk about mechanism of injury. So he's gonna have some pain there, maybe some road rash. So the car is going to pull out. So it looks like the car hits the front of his bike, so not his leg. That's good. But then we hit the ground. So this right here is just a good representation of why we need gear, because you're going to put your arms out. So motorcycle jackets with impact protection, road rash, or road abrasion. The abrasion resistance will be good. Left hip is going to hit the ground, and then we're going to slide on it, and that's a funny look. But that's why we get no problem. But it looks like did we go into the second available lane? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we went into the second available lane, not into the first. So there's the impact. So we got impacted in this lane, but not that lane. So guys, what can we learn from that? Let's go into the first available lane. If our tight turns, but then again, let's see. I really want to diagnose this, because did he turn? Yeah, he cut across the lane. I was gonna say if it's like the double lane, and we did that, and then we hit. It's our fault if it's a red for us. But we cut into the second lane. So if your tight turns are not sharp, like if you're practicing your tight turns and you're like, I have to go super wide, I have to go wide on the U-turn. This right here is exactly why we should be practicing, because this is going to help you out. Each of these cones are 10 feet apart. So there's a diagram on how to set it up, and if you click the link or scan the QR code, it's going to show you how to do it. 10 feet. So a parking space is 9 feet. So if you can do a U-turn within 2 parking spaces, that's 18 feet, but here I'm doing 20 feet. That's what the MSF or your licensing is required, is do a U-turn in 20 feet. These lanes, they're about 10, 15, 20 feet. It all depends on kind of like which one. But you should be able to do a tight turn, just a regular turn, within 9 feet into that first lane. So if you're having trouble with your tight turns, that's what this is all about. Links in the description. There's 15% off for it. This is the real life example of why you need to practice, because we cut into the second lane when we could have just went into the first one and not had this issue. So our skill issue here caused this.
Did that car turn out? Yeah. I don't know where that car is. Can you stay here?
Car turn out. So my assumption is that this car was making a left-handed turn at the light, and we were making a right-handed turn, but they went into the first available lane and we didn't. Okay. Go into your first available lane. If you can't make it in the first available lane, practice so you can make it in the first available lane. We're going to move on. A little fast.
This is a perfect example of what happens when you
Let's go back just a little bit. So keep your heads up, kids. So right here, what's happening is that we are going a little too fast going into the on-ramp. Panicked a little bit, probably applied a little bit too much rear brake, started sliding instead of going through the corner. And then high-sided up and over. So this part right here, very sharp. Very sharp. So he probably got some lacerations. That's not good. See you later, legend. There we go. Going through here.
Perfect example of what happens when you get too confident while speeding. The rider on the left makes a few mistakes and ends up going down in a pretty
Okay. Hey, that was nice. The car moved over for the lane splitter. This must be California. Oh, geez. Coming up out of nowhere. So it's not always car drivers that are causing problems. Oh. This guy is just... He's going in and out, causing issues. Stop riding like you need to get somewhere quickly. You're already on a motorcycle lane filtering. Leave. If you're 10 minutes late, leave 15 minutes early. If you can't leave 15 minutes early, because you don't have any discipline. It means you need to wake up 15 minutes earlier in the day. It means you need to maybe get off your phone while you're taking a dump, and instead of spending 45 minutes taking a dump, you spend 10 minutes. If you're spending 45 minutes taking a dump, you might get a hemorrhoid. Okay, you got to be careful with that. Okay. You know, get a squatty potty, you know, get some fiber in you, eat a better diet. Don't get on your phone. Don't bring your phone in there because now it's all gross. Anyways, so we're coming up through here. So vehicle switch lane, open lane pattern, kind of did that. Not doing good with the braking. Nice little impact. So our genitalia is not doing too well. Open book fracture type of stuff. A little soft tissue injury on the balls. Okay, here we go. Crashing my MT-07. Oh, geez. That's not fun. But we're doing it in a somewhat decent area. I mean, there's possible cross traffic. Oh, no. Looped it. So hopefully we have some gear. This looks like Sarita. Yeah, it looks like Southern Arizona there. So hopefully you have some gear to mitigate some of those injuries. Here we go. Random wet spot on the highway. I swear we've seen this one. No, I saw it on Instagram. I've been seeing some of these on Instagram. All right, let's go back to this. 130. So random wet spot. Why is it a wet spot? Right there. Okay, so typically on interstates, when they have these big walls, there's usually like a door, and it's like a metal door. It looks kind of weird. It's like, what's that doing there? Inside of that is a hydrant connection. And so if there is a car fire along the shoulders, the fire truck can just pull up somewhere. Let's say they pull up here because the car fire is like right here. They get the hose and they attach it to that because there's no access to hydrants, and they only have about 250 to 500 gallons of water. and sometimes you might need more depending. So whenever you see like a door, especially on the highways that have these big walls, you'll see like a door, like a small door, and that there's usually the FDC, the fire department connection. So this one's probably leaking right there. And that's why it's kind of gone right there. It's probably leaking. Maybe they used it or something, or they did a hydrant test and the water hasn't evaporated. But I think one of the big problems here is that we do have 130 miles per hour kind of going through here. It might have saved him, though. When I saw this on Instagram, I kind of thought to myself, it might have saved him going that fast. It caused the problem and saved him at the same time. Because we're going through here, lose traction, okay, 130 miles per hour. But we get out of the situation where it gets to be dry a lot quicker before we can drop the bike. And it's going to grab traction at this point. So it's going to stabilize. So if we're going maybe the speed limit, we might have crashed. Or at the same time, if we're going the speed limit, our tires would have been handling the wet road a lot easier. So we wouldn't be slipping. So there's just a lot of awkwardness happening here. Just don't go 130 miles per hour. That's pretty much that.
Here we are just cruising.
Just cruising. Just cruising. Remember, folks, drive fast. Oh, got a little road surface hazard. That's what the leg is for. So you don't have to do the whole leg thing. Oh, he's spraying some stuff. Hopefully that rear tire stays. That is oil building up the lens. Yeah, so he punctured the oil. So you can just tell people, hey, we're gonna, there's road surface. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Move out of the way. Get out of the left lane. All that kind of stuff. You don't have to do that part and start like hand signals, leg signals. Check it out. Links in the description for 10% off. Link in the description for 15% off. Guys, let's start practicing, start communicating with each other a little bit better.
In this case, speed was the main reason this rider got into trouble.
I'm having a seizure. All right, here we go. So speed was the main problem here, right? Okay, so 100 miles an hour going into a corner, going a little bit wide here, applying too much brakes. ABS is kicking on. You see that orange light, and we're dumping and going way too much, and there's the crash. Okay, so speed is definitely a main factor here. The speed is definitely a main factor here, going 122 miles per hour. Let's slow it down. It's probably at most a 50 mile an hour per road, maybe 60 mile an hour per road, per hour road. So we're getting shot out a little bit too hard. So roll off the throttle and start applying some progressive braking. You can do this. This is trail braking basically, and try to save yourself. It looks like he's trying to do that. It's where the ABS light is kicking on. So even, you know, hey, I'm going to start trail braking. I'm an advanced rider. I'm going to start trail braking. I can go fast as I want and trail brake on any corner I want because I know how to trail brake. Guys, he's braking right now. Probably not doing a lot, maybe doing rear brake, but still he's applying some type of trail braking in his mind. 122 miles per hour, not good. Because he's also probably not getting good body angle. He's probably not looking through the turn. He's probably looking straight. So he's just kind of braking and going straight, hoping to slow down versus I'm trail braking to make the turn. So there's a lot more skills involved. A lot more than just, I'm going to trail brake. Yeah, so crashing, not good. Probably painful. Not full gear. Trail braking is just one skill. You need a bunch of different skills if you're going to be doing something like that. So, highly recommend like a champ school. So you're going to learn all the other stuff instead of just, I'm going to learn how to trail brake. Trail braking would be good in this situation if he was going the speed limit. Maybe a little bit over, but not probably double. So hopefully these guys are doing good. Let's go ahead and get the sound back on because the seizure music is off now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, now you gotta watch out for barbed wire. Don't touch the rotor. Don't touch the rotor. It's not good, and they blew up right now. Okay. That's an interesting way to kind of hang out. I mean, I get it if the light's not changing, you're just getting relaxed. A little bit of road rush maybe coming up. Oh, jeez. What? What happened? So there's the impact. He was able to jump off real quick. Seems like he wanted to get out and start a fight. I don't know. Interesting. We're moving on. Alright, having some fun here. Watch out for anybody coming out and hitting you like that. Oh, he was looking right.
And I was going across to target the 2 lane.
He got ejected.
So I was at the stop sign. And I was.
Imagine the amount of force it would take to throw a grown man watching YouTube on his phone that far.
I was going across to target.
I hope he jumped, right? Because, like, his left leg. But I don't think he was because he was looking right. I think there's another. So he was looking.
So
I don't think he jumped. There's no way he jumped. Whoa. Yeah, he hit the ejector seat button.
Stop sign, and I was going.
All right, let's listen to his after action review.
Across to target. The 2 lanes immediately in front of me were traffic coming from my left to my right, and it was clear, so I went across.
That's his holster, I'm assuming.
To the turning lane, right in the center. And
I wonder if his gun stayed in.
As I get there, I glance over to the next 2 lanes where traffic's going this way, like this.
Yeah.
And I remember
I'm surprised he's able to walk.
Way, looking almost straight, and then seeing the hood of that truck, right.
Look at the dent in the truck.
Right there.
Oof. Okay, so in this situation, it's kind of tough. So I get it. We're looking everywhere. There's a lot of heavy traffic. So you have to pick this up in your peripheral. You just have to. You can't stay focused and your target fixating on those other things like he was saying. You have to pick this up in your peripheral. Something is coming at you. Then change your focus and then accelerate out. You have to keep up with it. You have to start scanning and moving your head. You have to keep doing that. You have to keep your head on a swivel. That's the whole head on the swivel thing. You can't just keep looking one way. It sucks overall.
Of that truck,
So it's a vision problem in this situation. Well, I had my first wreck. Okay, Too Fast, Too Soon. That's an interesting name. All right, make sure you hit that like button, guys. All right, what do we got here? Okay, coming through the corners, having some fun. Slowing it down here and there. Oh, a little bit low. So we low-sided. So you see here the. Okay, this is why he's new. This is like a new person. That's what he said. His first wreck. Too fast, too soon. You have to find just a nice and easy, either nice and easy on, easy off. You can't do this. Oh, I'm going too fast off, going too slow on. You have to just do nice and easy. Because what you're doing is when you do this, you're making the front suspension do this. And when you're in the middle of a turn and it's doing that, I'm exaggerating, but it's doing that. What do you think is happening to the traction? And then if you start applying brakes with it, you see what's happening here? It's not good. You want a smooth through the turn. And so we went a little bit low too. Could have been a fistful of front brake. How you doing, Captain Hammer? Welcome back. Alright, right.
This biker didn't match his skills to his riding style, and when things got more challenging, he couldn't keep up. As he admitted, it was
looks
tough,
like
but valuable lesson, especially for a beginner.
Arizona a little bit. Oh, got pushed out. Okay. Yeah, you guys saw what happened here. Be a bell curve, not a heartbeat. Yeah, I like that. You guys saw what happened here, right? So these are some curves coming up. 25 miles per hour recommended. I don't know what we're going, but we're probably not going 25. You see how the camber starts getting switched up? You see how like it's a very tight, basically straight line weave. Okay, so let's slow it down. Let's slow it down, and then we have construction, so we have road surface hazards. We went too fast. We're just gonna kind of cut. Stay in the middle. But in order to do middle, you have to slow it down. It's just like the straight line weave. If you go too fast on that first cone, the second cone's gonna be harder. Third cone's gonna be almost impossible, and you're gonna miss the fourth cone. And so if we start too fast on this first one, yeah, we made the first turn right here. This is where parking lot practice really helps. We made this first turn. The second turn got hard because we're going a little bit too fast. Camber, not camber. All right, camber. All right. And so we get a little bit too fast. This person gave room, but we were going too fast. And now we got shot out to this next turn, and we missed this next turn. Just like we were going to mix the next cone. And then we went too wide and crashed. So speed is definitely a factor here. Slow it down. You can always add more speed. It's a lot harder to remove speed when you're in the middle of it. Oh, there we go. Okay, trying to cross multiple lanes. Going a little too fast, and we're going to hit the guardrail and dump the bike, and it's on fire. So slow it down. A lot of these issues that we see on these crashes and close calls is that the rider is going way too fast. So if you're somebody that is new to riding, you're getting into it, a lot of the problems that you're going to be having is controlling your own speed. So if you can control your own speed, you're pretty good. The rest is just kind of navigating road strategy. Oh.
Hey, I'm good.
Scared for his friend.
Look at me, I'm good.
That's sweet.
I'm good. I'm good. Look at me. Henry, look at me.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Oh, there's the crash. Okay, so that's what happened. Destroyed. All right, side of the vehicle. Oh, good job with a little bit of the braking. Thankfully, they saw us. Okay, we're going through here. Nice, easy speed. Oh, I love this positioning. So we haven't been able to see this. So let me pause it right here. See if I can get it. All right, so we talk about positioning for safety. So when I position for safety in traffic like this, I'm looking for an escape path. I'm looking for a space cushion and good line of sight. And how I typically get that, and I find that because those are the things I'm looking for. There's a lot of different positions in a lane that maybe you'll have one, maybe you'll have two, but not all three. The one I found that you're going to have all three is that when you are closer to that inside line, okay? Closer to the inside line. And I know in the MSF and other places they teach you to be on the inside line for this one reason. And it's like, well, they'll see you in their side mirror a lot easier. Well, you and I both know that we watch these videos all the time. Nobody's even looking for this. Like they don't see us. They're not looking in their mirror no matter what. You could be right on side by side with them. In their peripheral vision, they're still going to sideswipe you. So I don't really care about the mirror idea. I care about what we can do. And so I still like this position because my line of sight is in a lane splitting position. This is also my escape path if I need it. And it's also a good space cushion. So if I couldn't stop in time because the total stopping distance might be a problem, if I lane filter, I can still keep braking versus if I was right behind this person, I'm braking, crash because I didn't have enough total stopping distance. So when it comes to this, I like this position. And if it's somebody's taking it up, I might even switch over to the other side next to this lane and then still have the same thing. Either way, I am not behind the vehicle unless I'm far away, because then what's happening is that the space cushion, I can brake in time, or I can have enough time to switch and swerve into this lane position or swerve away in this lane position. So you're going to see right now, you see that line of sight straight ahead, much better. Look at that. That's your escape. That's your line of sight. You can react to the vehicle in front of your vehicle. You can react to this vehicle instead of this vehicle. You can react ahead of most people. So I like this position. And some places don't allow lane filtering, lane splitting. This is an emergency maneuver. So I don't care about the legal If I'm going to crash or get a ticket, I'd rather get a ticket.
For absolutely no reason and intentionally, one of the passengers decided to open the door right in front of non-approaching rider.
Oh, okay, that sucks. Why do people open the door in the middle of the road? Do you guys do that? Please tell me you guys don't do that.
You.
Who opens a door in the middle of the road? All right, it says slow. Are we going slow? Maybe. 30. Okay, slowing it down. We got a corner over here. Make the corner. Side of the vehicle right there. They're gonna peek out. Nope. Okay, good. But these people are gonna stop, and we're gonna slam right into the back of them. So we weren't really paying attention. So if we were in a car and we rear-ended another car, it would still be our fault. And we can get mad at them, like, why'd they stop? Why'd they stop? Why'd they stop? It really doesn't matter. We should be paying attention to our space cushion. Just like, here's the car in front of us. My fingers right here. Here's the car in front of us. If you're not paying attention and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, that means it's getting closer. If you're getting closer to the car in front of you, at some point you're going to collide. So if the car is getting closer in front of you, it means either they stopped or you're speeding up. You should be paying attention to that. And if you can't stop in time, you got to do something else other than sit here. Maybe swerve, but I don't know. Well, a little fast here. We have a sharp right turn coming up. Sharp right turn coming up. Let's see what happens here. It looks like we're speeding up the camera. Good swerve. You got to swerve back, though. You're going to hit this person. Got very lucky. Look forward. You have a turn coming up. How about we slow it down? Yeah, the side of the vehicle, this person coming out, it's a vista point. But that's kind of the point. Like, we're going pretty fast when there's a lot of traffic. And you knew there's a vista point coming up. So when we talk about positioning for safety and locating hazardous situations, there's a lot of traffic. So you're in a hazardous situation. Maybe your speed is not a good idea, the high speed. But good job with the swerve. Got himself back. All right, what do we got here? Road surface hazards. Looks like we're gonna want to pass everybody. We're stuck behind a semi. That person wants to pass too. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Don't get too upset. Move on, get out of the lane. Get out of the lane. Oh, jeez. Move over. All right. This is an interesting looking road. Oh, side of the cyclist. Good job trying to avoid that. She didn't know how to apply the brakes, though. Oh. Right wrist injury. Right leg. Okay. Looks like a little bit of wet road right there. Oh. Yep. Wet road. You see that? Road surface hazard? I wonder if that's ice or, like, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's oil. It's just like cold water, maybe some ice on the paint. Ouch. There's the fingers on the right or on the left hand. Oh, we leaking. Shut off the engine. Shut off the engine. You don't want to accidentally drop the clutch. Wanted. Okay. Nobody likes GTA. Zigzagging through traffic. We have a stop sign coming. Oh, what did we hit? Suspension might be all screwed up. Got lucky. Suspension. Probably just kind of doing this and the suspension's not doing well. Maybe there's a road surface hazard. Pro tip, check for loose bolts. Okay. Yeah. So what do you do with that? That's your front brake. Is that a spark plug? That's your front brake. So you really only have your your rear brake. So you're gonna have to start downshifting and then hopefully get off the side of the road. Use engine braking to help you out with that. Not me paying attention almost put me on the curb. Hey, you listen to Justin Timberlake? I wouldn't be paying attention either. Just listen to that. All right, here we go. Moving on. So open lane pattern. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, so what you guys don't know, I mean, if you're brand new to this open lane pattern, he does have the indicator on too. Is that big long line of cars. Nice little open lane here. Just like if we're at the grocery store and there's a line that's opened up and there's a lot of people standing in one line, somebody's going to just try to go for that lane. Same thing here. They're going to go for this lane. It's not, maybe not just this person, but that person, that person. So if we are going into this lane, be cautious of everybody here. Be cautious. So cover those brakes, be prepped for it. Look for the people wanting to sneak out, just like this. At this point, roll off the throttle, apply some progressive braking, let them in. Let them in. And here's one thing that I like about it is if you let them in, every other car that wants to scoot over into your lane is going to see this big vehicle first. And they're going to have second thoughts. But if it's you in the front, they might cut out in front of you. So this person's like the canary in the coal mine. Let them go. The music, I swear. Okay, watching probably for... Oh, probably was trying to pass and then saw the vehicle. Oh. Got very lucky on that one. So thank you so much, MotoStars, for putting that out. Once again, guys, check out the book, The Cardo, 10% off. Links are all in the description. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. We're doing them on Fridays now at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I'll see you then. Whew. That was a long... That was 30 minutes. Does it feel like 30 minutes? One second. I'm going to take a quick break with my back. I went swimming today. Oh, did some laps. Oh. You put your bike in kilometers. So we got one more video. Quick break, though. One more video. Yeah, I started feeling a little tired towards the end. That's fine. That's why we had the canary in the coal mine. You ever heard of that? They'll put a little canary in a cage to go in front of them, so like the toxic gases will kill the bird first. It'll let the coal miners know not to go any further, and then yeah, let the car go. Let them get hit or get pulled out in front of. You know what I mean? Anyways. Fix with glue. Took a stop to bleed class a little while ago. Highly recommend. Yes, good. I'm glad you took a stop to bleed class. I'm glad you did. It's really good. Haven't rode in like 5 months. Oh, jeez. Yeah, and your videos make me not want to ride my bike. Yeah, you know, sometimes. But remember, like, it's kind of like I'm not trying to get all political here, but like the mainstream media, right? Or just any kind of media really out there, is that they go for clicks. They go for clicks. So like scary, oh crap things, like clicks. And so MotoStars and all these other people, they do the same thing. It's not that common. It's not that common. They really focus on the very uncommon things that kind of scare people. But life is pretty good. I think I mean there's a lot of crashes per motorcycle per mile, whatever it is. Basically it's like 16 times more dangerous to ride a motorcycle than it is to drive a car, and people are like, "Oh no, that means it's too dangerous to ride a motorcycle." Well, what they don't tell you is 90% of those accidents, those fatal accidents, could be prevented by the rider not speeding and not drinking alcohol. So it's actually it's pretty close to driving like a car. It's just that people tend to drink a lot of alcohol and speed when they ride a motorcycle. And it could be the same thing with cars, right? It could be the same thing that car drivers speed a lot and drink alcohol. But the thing is, with a car, you have a roll cage, you have, airbags, seat belts. So if you are speeding and drinking alcohol and you crash into like a tree, you might be okay. But if you're drinking and speeding on a motorcycle and you crash into a tree, you're probably going to die. So the big problem here is speeding and drinking alcohol. So if you just don't do that while you drive or ride a motorcycle, you're pretty good and golden. And what we see in a lot of these videos is a lot of the speeding. We see a lot of speeding. I don't think anybody's going to be posting their DOIs on here. That would be not smart. I mean, it's pretty not smart already to be posting your speeding and probably causing insurance fraud. But yeah, so how about we just don't speed? And so like this is like a very small percentage of a small percentage. And it just so happens that, yeah, if they're going to be posting that, guess what? I'm going to be posting how to prevent it. So, yeah, it's pretty scary though. If this is all you see, then it's pretty nuts. But that's also why I have the drills and the games. Speed, booze, and lack of gear are the real killers. Yep. And that's why I tell, like, I'm working on the new book, and it's like I want to do like a visual guide. It's kind of like it's I mentioned it last week. It's like a strategy guide for video games. So it's like a visual guide with instructions and some tips and like how to navigate and do these things. And like one of them is like I just really want to convince people to get smaller CC bikes. I really do. It's going to get you where you need to go. You get to go through all the gears in town. If you have like a 1,000cc bike or even like my FTR 1200, like it was hard to get out of third or fourth gear because like I didn't need to get out of it. And so it's more fun to kind of, on the Rebel 500, I can shift through all the gears. I'm focused on I'm not just kind of sitting there. And unless you're like going out of town, yeah, a bigger bike. Yeah. It's just like cars. You get a truck to haul things, to carry things. You get a van to carry a bunch of people. You get a car for easy commuting and good gas mileage. You get a dual sport for on and off road. You get a bigger bike to go out of town or carry a passenger. You get a small bike to get you where you need to go, and that's it. Carry a backpack on all of them. The 250 doesn't get into fifth much in town. Yeah, exactly. You don't need a bunch of bike. All right, guys, we're going to get started on this one. Because I do have... And I started a little bit early. Because I do have a dinner later today, and I'm leaving in 4 hours. I got to edit these videos. The little lady that I'm dating, I'm having dinner with her mom and stepdad, so yeah. I'm 150 pounds and I ride a Bagger 1100, way too big for me. I need a Honda Shadow or something like that. Nice. Yeah, Honda Shadows are great. Little Bagger 1100 though. Bought my first bike last year. Ninja. Oh, nice. Been watching these videos. Very informative. Thank you. Hey, 860 Fox. Welcome. I got a Honda Rebel. I love my little Honda Rebel. Make up for next week. Yeah. Trying. All right, guys. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and jump into this one. So 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody. We're going to be watching this MotoStars video. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Some crashes and close calls. The goal of this and what I do here, that's an older video. What I do here is educational. The focus is on how to navigate these issues so we don't make it ourselves, especially as a brand new rider or even experienced rider. We go over these things so that you can have a visual reference on what to do, what not to do how to avoid these, because it can get a little scary out there, especially if you're coming back from a break.
Hello everyone.
So we're over here in a
Let's
group
start with
ride.
a perfect example of what happens when group riding gets disorganized and overconfident.
So disorganized group riding, little mob rides. I like the staggered aspect of it. That's not staggered. Also, not paying attention. So one of the things that we can take away from this, because we do after action report or reviews of these things, is that let's maintain that space cushion. Or let's pay attention. He's not paying attention. He's looking left. You can see the face shield. Now he's looking forward. So pay attention to what's in front of you. You don't really need to be looking back and forth. And if you do want to like communicate with your buddy, I mean, that's what the Cardo Pack Talk Edge is for. Links in the description for 10% off. Sometimes there's some really good sales going on, but 10% off if you use that link. Communicate with each other so we're not having to deal with this and dumping the bike. It's kind of embarrassing. So that's what we can do differently. We can maybe have a ride leader that mainly focuses on keeping everybody staggered. If you're going to be side by side in these close areas, that's fine, but then move back off into staggered formation. Because when staggered, if somebody swerves, they're not hitting the person next to them. If we're side by side, it's going to hit that person. Brother! All right. So what I'm noticing here is we have a sharp right, sharp left turn. 30 miles an hour recommended. On a motorcycle, it might be a little bit easier than a car, but I always go with that first and then add speed later. Brother! So they're talking on the Cardos. That's pretty cool. Whoa! That person did not pay attention. Let's see if we can keep it up.
Whoa!
Did he crash?
Whoa, he almost just took out, bro. Your body's cooked.
Brother! Okay. So that person went a little bit wide. So they also have the sharp left, sharp right, but for them it's a sharp right, sharp left. It's just the opposite way. So he wasn't paying attention. We did. So that's really good. And the fact that we were able to swerve out of the way, great. But the thing is, we have a turn coming up to the left. So yeah, it's one thing to be like, hey, I solved that. Solve the next problem that's coming up right now. We almost went off road.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Bro, your body's cooked.
Oh, somebody crashed. I want to see that again. Like up on his cervical spine right there. Not good. Not good. Oh, he's walking. That's good. Not enough gear for those two right there. Some shorts. Everyone's wearing shorts. I mean, usually they run off to get their bike back up, but he might be in pain. All right, we're moving on. So stunting, high risk, high skill. All right, intersections. We finally have our first crash that's very typical, which kind of sucks. When I say typical, I mean, what kind of crashes typically happen? Intersections like this with a left turner, and then as a motorcyclist crashing in a corner. Those are the two most common crashes that motorcyclists have. Striking an object in a corner because they failed to navigate it, and then striking an object in an intersection because somebody turned in front of them. Very common. So this is a good example. We have a green light. It's nighttime. We can't see very well. They can't see very well. We don't know what's happening. They peek out right here. So when it comes to coming up to an intersection, this is one of those things, just like coming up to a corner. That's why I point out the sharp left, sharp right. Coming up to intersections, coming up to corners, we're going to go into an orange stage. Okay, orange stage is a color code chart. It's going to kind of give you that vibe of I should be paying attention. Typically, we're in yellow stage, just zoned in, relaxing. So we're coming up to here like, I don't like this. So you see the lights for the intersection. You don't know if anybody's pulling out. You don't know any of that stuff, but it can happen. So you are on that kind of a gut feeling. You're perceiving a threat, ready to act on something. And so when it comes to planning a ride, we're locating the hazardous situation. We're assessing any relevant threats. Can't see it yet. And we're going to navigate any active ones in a red stage. So we're coming to the intersection, roll off the throttle, cover those front brakes, look for escape paths, and know left turners are the big problem here at intersections. So, yeah, you can look around with your peripheral vision, but my focal vision is in the lane that I'm going towards and anybody pulling out of that left turn lane in front of me. These are my two areas of focus. I'm going boom, 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 boom. Peripheral vision for everything else. Road surface hazards, whatever. Can't really see much anyways at night. Pedestrians, don't see much anyways, but I'm going boom, 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 boom. Right here. Not good. So we come up to here. Not much we can do other than apply good progressive braking. Hopefully allowing enough time with slowing down to let this vehicle go. And hopefully if we are going to crash, it's going to be at a way slower speed. And as a smart rider, we're requiring using a personal protective equipment, so hopefully it's going to mitigate some of those issues. This is life, though. As a motorcycle rider, as a car driver, T-bones, accidents, all these different things. But as a motorcycle rider, corners and intersections are the most dangerous areas for us.
Here it looks like the rider tried to pull over too quickly. The speed was
Crossing
way
over
too high
multiple
to
lanes.
safely.
Going a little too fast. Oh, he's going a little fast there. Sharp left turn. There's that sign. Okay, our buddy's going really fast for us. And maybe a little bit fast for him, too. Oh. He's got full gear, but you can hear the panic. Okay, so we're coming to here. Should be communicating on Anacondas. It sounds like they do have a Bluetooth system. So he's gonna pull over. I thought he was actually going off road here. So he's pulling over. Okay, not a big deal. Cool, he pulled over. This is when we ride our own ride. Okay, if your friend's pulling over right here at the little vista point, maybe communicated it to you or didn't communicate it to you, but we're coming up to it way too fast to be able to stop in time and handle it, especially when you have that car right here on your right that we just passed. We want to like cut them off just so that we can, stop in where our buddy stopped. Like we're gonna cut this person off, so we have to speed up to get around them. Not safe. Just keep going. Keep going and slow it down and do a U-turn. You don't have to stop when they stop.
Oh God, oh God.
You don't have to. Could have just kept going. Could have kept going and then did a U-turn and then come back. That's it. The pen is all wearing out. You guys are eating the pen. So a little high side. All right, here we go. Oh, side of the motorcycle. Nice little impact. Of all the things that happen when there's no traffic whatsoever, we hit another motorcyclist. Hopefully her leg is doing fine. That's a nice little impact. You guys think, yeah, sun in the eyes, sun at our back, so we were kind of invisible. That person snuck out. So that person right here, looking our way, gets blinded by the sun, decided to go, couldn't see us. We can apply the brakes or we can swerve left, right? We can do something. She didn't see it. Now, is it an excuse for her to make a bad choice? No. It just explains the bad choice. Which means once you explain the problem and the bad choice or whatever it is, the behavior, it's not like she's the problem. The choice is the problem. And that's where I start seeing a lot of problems with accountability is a lot of people think, well, since I made a bad choice, I'm a problem. I don't want to be accountable. I don't want to tell people I'm a problem. I'm a bad person. No. That's not what accountability is. The choice was the problem. Not you, the choice. So be accountable for your choice. Make a better choice next time. That's accountability. So I'm not making excuses for that other rider. Just point out the problem, change the problem, find the solution, and then move on. The person's not a problem. The only time the person is the problem is if they know that they did something wrong and they continue just doing it anyways because they don't feel like growing. They don't want to grow. Learner rider crashes into an R1M for no reason. Just wait. Why are we getting so close to like that open spot? A little whiskey throttle. Oh, we didn't get to see it. So what happened, guys? Sitting there in first gear, holding on. Maybe not paying attention, right? They're just like talking, let it go accidentally. Just dump the clutch. If you're going to be sitting there that long, put it into neutral and then kind of let your hands relax. He dumped the clutch. He was in first gear, dumped the clutch. Boop.
This rider got a harsh wake-up call. Let this be a serious warning about why it's so important to stick to the
This looks like fun. Doesn't this look like fun?
designated path.
Oh yeah, don't do this. Intrusive thoughts right here. Oh geez, that's a lake. Or a little pond. Going for a swim. That's kind of dangerous, to be honest. Let's see that one more time.
Important to stick to the
Just stick to the road. Just stick to the road, dude. That's kind of scary, though. With all that gear, hard to swim. You could drown. All right, here we go. I'm going a little nuts. Oh, lost that rear tire for a second. Regained traction. Slow it down now. That should be a good omen. They probably aspirated some water, yeah. All right, so person behind us. That's why we have this camera angle here. He's going to go ahead and... Whoa. Trying to pass. Where are we trying to pass? A little crazy. So good. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Watch out for those people. Look for those mirrors. All right, sharp left turn coming up. I feel like I've seen this. I feel like I've seen this turn before. I've seen this turn many times. Like a trailer coming around this corner. Somebody's crashed into this wall. Is this in California? Is this like a common thing in California, like this road? I feel like I've seen it so many times. And there's the low side. It seems like people crash here all the time too. Well, Vista Point got lucky. That would have been a guardrail.
Damn it.
So low-sided, lost traction. That's what it is. Ooh, road surface hazard. Visor might get hypothermia. Might have some issues with that.
Stayed in the right lane the whole time, but the driver behind him in a rush went for a pretty risky move.
We're gonna lose some traction here. Okay, take it wide, exactly. Take it nice and easy, nice and wide. What's a Vista Point? It's where usually people park their cars so they can get out of the car and have a good view of like the landscape. Oh, did he get hit?
Yeah, mate, I'm alright.
Seems to be fine. Okay. You gotta pull over and check.
What happened? Did you just see me or something? Did you see me?
Okay. Blur out our speedo. It's a good sign. Okay. We have a deer. Ooh, threaded the needle with the deer. Got very lucky on that one. 239 kilometers an hour. That's over 100 miles an hour, right? Going pretty fast, especially on, like, if you're starting to get the speed wobbles, slow it down. Slow it down. Especially if we're having knobby tires. I mean, your tires might not be speed rated for that. So interesting. You see, he's going 240, and then the speed wobbles go away when he does this, and we get to about 200 kilometers an hour. See how the speed wobbles disappeared at 198 kilometers an hour? Roll off that throttle before it becomes a crazy problem. Don't speed up. Don't keep it going. Does he have to like take a dump? Your bike shouldn't be doing that. Okay, we're going through here. Okay, with our group of buddies, we're keeping a nice space cushion. That's good. Oh, there's a chain. Did somebody crash? He's just gonna. Just pulling the clutch. Yeah.
This is a perfect.
Not much you can do on that one.
Speeding can be
Got lucky. Usually they crash.
hard hits to spot the rider in this situation.
Oh, there's a lot of traffic. Whoa! So that guy is gonna crash at some point. Got very lucky. Got extremely lucky. So be careful with that. This is like an old video. This is like the back when YouTube first started. So going a little bit fast. There's the low side. Okay. So there's a little low side. Gonna dump the bike and we're gonna hit the guardrail. So take it nice and easy on these turns. I mean, these are people that are doing this for fun with some skill level. As beginner riders, we're not really doing that ourselves. Ooh, oh, so we talk about mechanism of injury here. So when he's gonna do that wheelie, my concern right at this point, this is a good thumbnail too. Like, let's see. Okay, cool, that's cool. So we're gonna dump the bike here, and then his tailbone's gonna hit hard. You're gonna break your coccyx, that little tailbone at the end. It's gonna suck a little bit. And then we're gonna slide across the ground on our back, and this is why we have armor on our back. And then we caught some traction on our shoes, right? So we caught traction on our shoes. That's why we don't put our feet down when we're like trying to do a turn. Caught traction on our shoes. It's gonna launch us forward, and then our hands. We have gear, and then our right elbow is probably gonna hit the ground. Yep, there it is. Right shoulder. This is why we have armor impact protection on our gear. It looks like he might have something underneath his hoodie, so that's pretty nice. But be very careful. So if you're gonna be practicing this stuff, wear some gear, hopefully. Almost hit by a car's sudden move. Okay, so it looks like they were trying to merge into our lane. Yeah, there it is. Swerve out of that lane, so positioning for safety. See you later, Colin. Luckily, I purposely positioned to see ahead and the van not sit beside them. Very good. So stay staggered with other cars for that reason right there. You couldn't see that car, line of sight issue, they swerved over. So staying staggered with other cars, just like if you're staggered with other motorcyclists, is very important because if they do swerve over, they're not going to hit you. If you stay in their blind spot, you're going to get hit. So good job on this. Good job on this, this rider. Very good. It's exactly what you do. You stay staggered with other cars. Didn't something like that happen to you, Missy? Like somebody swerved out in front of you? All right, so big group ride. People aren't communicating. Somebody's gonna crash into someone else, I bet. Oh. Oh, I thought somebody was gonna crash into the side of that vehicle. All right. Accelerate. You're gonna have to get up to speed. Whoa. And that person is just trying to do their best because there's like everyone's going all over the place. They're kind of like in their own little mob ride. Kind of sucks. Intersections,
and
orange
honestly,
stage.
if I was only intending on riding, what?
Don't have to do that, but progressive braking, get yourself out of there. Oh, open lane pattern. OLP, open lane pattern right here. We talked about that a little bit earlier. They want to switch over into our lane. So be very careful with that. Either accelerate out of it or let them in by applying the brakes. Not a big deal. Hey, we're on a track. This is where you want to practice those high-speed maneuvers. Low side happens. Okay, not a big deal. This would be the edge of a cliff or a guardrail, but not on a track. So this is where you want to practice it. Flipping the bird display here. I like doing the thumbs down. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to do thumbs down. I'm going to look at them and be like,
I'll turn around. This guy's down.
okay. Time to rescue. We do talk about rescue. There are a few more.
Time to help another brother out.
There are a few more rescue packs. Oh, I dropped everything. There are a few more rescue packs still available. Comes with the rescue card and the rescue booklet.
Right. Let's go help
So
him
if you want to grab one, go ahead. Just in case the person that did crash is bleeding.
Yeah, I hit the rocks and I was like, oh man.
He's walking wounded. That's good.
Dang it, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, things it sucks, but
right. It went through mostly grass. Let's
yeah, help him out.
Some of the.
Here, well, you'll grab the tail section. I'll grab the handle.
Yeah, don't grab any hot parts. Lift it up, and then make sure you put it into gear or out of gear. in neutral or holding
Put
the
your
clutch so
bars
you can
made
move it.
So you'll be able to ride as long as you got a shifter.
That's so messed up.
Okay. Yeah, come over to help him out. Lifting it up, because lifting the bike up, especially after a crash, it can be painful or you just don't have the strength.
But I'm actually gonna go back to Oyster's Point.
Oh, open lane pattern. Good job with the swerve. Good job with the swerve. Now, you didn't want to take a left. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Go ahead and get back in the lane.
See me?
No, probably not. Open lane pattern, that's all. Oh, geez. Tight turns, practice your tight turns. Oh, we didn't practice our tight turns. Guys, that is a righty-tighty, basically. So there's the righty-tighty exercise in the Smart Rider games. But, I mean, if you want to keep practicing and having fun in a small parking lot, you can do all these different drills. QR codes on the bottom, so that if you want to scan it, you can go ahead and see me actually doing it. Try to beat my time. But this right here is a nice tight turn, tight U-turn. Not enough practice. Practice it in a parking lot. Smart Rider Games digital version, so you can put it on your phone handlebars. You can have the physical version that's coming up. But the phone version is real nice. And you can click the QR code, and it'll take you to the video. All right, so somebody's cutting out in front of us. Open lane pattern, kind of the same thing. Not a big deal. Okay, we got an open lane right here. This guy gonna come out. We're in the blind spot, kind of the same thing. Accelerate out or let them in. At this point, though, you're side by side. Accelerate out. Be careful, though, of anyone else trying to do that. Okay, well, we got people cutting us off. High wind noise. Grab yourself a slice of pizza. We do these live streams. We do this live. Fridays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time now instead of Thursdays. And then you guys get to see the videos a couple days later. But make sure you grab a cardo, grab yourself a Smart Rider Games booklet or the digital version. Links in the description for some discounts. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you on the next live stream. All right. Grab yourself a slice of pizza, guys. Grab yourself a slice of pizza. Ooh. Let's head to the office. I'm going to get the elevator. Yeah, you guys have to take the I'm sorry. You guys eat all the pizza. You need to take the stairs. I don't get to have it, so I just have a lot of caffeine. That's all. It only fits, the elevator only fits me. No firefighter, no fireman pole. No, we took that out. We took that out. Too many kids kept trying to climb it. We had a few people get their beard stuck. Only poles. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Peeps in the Discord keep asking me what SRC is, so maybe updating the intro channel is in order. Yeah, I might have to do that. A lot of people don't have access to it. You know what? That's the thing. I keep forgetting that you can make it invisible. And only those with... Let me do that real quick. Permissions. View channel. Okay, let's well, they shouldn't be able to view it. Yeah. Oh, they see you with this. Oh. That's true. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I'll get in there. Yeah, I'm gonna the goal is to let's turn that music down. The goal is to get that going. I have to look at my schedule, but I want to film another set and kind of start the 8-week thing. So I want to do like the workout stuff. I want to do a book club type thing. And then do some like the lefty loosies and some of the other stuff. So, yeah. Underglows. So there's like a website that has like, it talks about underglow. In Arizona, you can have amber. You can't have red or blue. You can have red in the back because that's brake lights. You can't have red in the front, and you can't have blue because those are emergency lights. You can have like amber, and that's what I had that on my Harley. But you do have to look and figure out where you can have it. Yeah, they do. There's some rules and regulations. So underglow, I had a website. I wonder if it's still up. There's a website because people are doing it for their cars. Neon laws. That's what it was. Neon laws. This goes by state. I'll go ahead and post this link. So that's the Arizona neonlaws.com. You can go to every state and they check out the the revised statutes for the state, and it gives you a good information on what you can and can't do. They make the laws like sound better, like a layman's term. Does the games or training book have wet surface training, like braking in the wet or swerving on the wet surface? You can add wet surface to it. With the book, so the training book that I'm creating, so the games are just the games. The games is just we're practicing, we're having fun. There's a set of rules when it comes to it. So it's like playing horse when you're playing basketball, but we're playing smart. And the person to get SMART first instead of the opposite with horse wins. And the way you do that is every time you complete a drill and you beat your partner or your friend, you get a letter. So there's like a small little game aspect to it, or you guys can just compete against each other for time. Think of it as a workout. But you have all these different drills. So it's just straight up the games. The book I'm having to do is, or I'm going to be doing is I'm using the same dimensions and the same setup as the games right here, the same exact thing. And what I want to do, this will be a little bit easier, is that I'm creating let's do this one actually. I'm creating a situation where you're practicing your tight turns and your U-turns. And then when it comes to something like this, you're swerving. Like I'm creating this as a program to where you're swerving to have to get around. And it's not necessarily gonna have wet and like I'm gonna put debris in the road so you can practice that, because the goal is just to practice originally just how to swerve. But I'm gonna talk about it. And so that's gonna be a part of the actual book where I'm actually showcasing that. I'm not doing that in this because this is just for game stuff. And I want to show with the book, it's Ride Along with Dan and the Fireman, raw DDFM. I used to do that all the time, where I'm in the town, on the mountain, on the highway. I already filmed some of those, and showcasing like how to navigate those situations, how to practice your swerves while you're driving or riding around anyways. You pick a manhole cover or a dot up ahead that you can see, and you aim for it, and then close to the last second, you swerve around it. And you're practicing at those higher speeds. So if it's a 40-mile-an-hour road and you're going 40, and you see like a manhole cover up ahead, you're like, cool, I'm gonna go straight for it, and then I'm gonna swerve around it. You're still in your lane, you just swerve within your lane. That's how you can practice some of the higher speed stuff. So little things like that, little tips. So you're not practicing only your swerves in a parking lot. You can do it while you're riding. Every riding session is a training session, and that's gonna be something I'm adding because I want to gamify it. Where, hey, the next time you go out in town, 5 swerves. Practice 5 swerves. Practice presenting yourself at 5 different intersections, so kind of like moving about. Cover your brakes 5 times at intersections. Like all these different things. And so I'm making it more gamified so that before you know it, after like a month or 2 of doing this, especially as a new rider, you just start to do it naturally. Like a bonus quest. Go out for a ride and check and see if you can find 5 open lane patterns. You know what I mean? And then you can check it off your list. Or like recognize this or recognize that. Or position yourself 10 different times in this so that you have, you know, at intersections. So there's like challenges involved. And I want to gamify it. Because like that's with anything, right? I mean, who here plays video games? This is why I like video games. People talk crap about video games all the time. But you start playing, and let's say it's like an RPG or a boss or whatever. So there's a boss coming up, right? Or just even a hard level in a first-person shooter. Whatever. You die a lot because like you don't know the enemy spawns. You don't know all these things. So you just start dying. But you have checkpoints, and you have like you're able to keep going and going. But you're learning every single time. To the point where all of a sudden you just like boom, 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 boom. You just power through it. You know the weaknesses. You know what you need to do. You know this. You know the strategy. Boom, and then you pass that level and you go on to the next one. Well, in real life, you don't get that. You don't get checkpoints. You don't get restarts and extra lives. But it's that repetition is what gets you to where you can beat that level, that difficult challenge. That's really what it is. It's a skill issue. It's a learning issue. But you have repetition to overcome that skill issue. And that's what video games do. And they do it in a safe environment, entertaining environment. But what you're learning is how to use your thumbs and the game stuff that the developers want you to learn. So with motorcycling and with gamification of everything else in life, you can gamify. Anybody remember the typing games when you learn how to type on a computer when you're a kid or a teenager? Gamified learning, same thing. So when it comes to motorcycling, if I can gamify the learning of how to ride a motorcycle, instead of saying go out and just keep doing repetitions and practice, and you guys have to keep crashing and you have to keep losing, like we watch on all these crash and close call stuff, that's how you're going to learn. That's one way to learn. We're learning from other people's crashing so we don't crash. What's the other way to learn? The other way to learn is to gamify it. And so I want to do both. And that's what the new book's going to be about. It's like, go out and ride, do 5 swerves around 5 manhole covers above 20 miles per hour. I want you to find 5 open lane patterns. I want you to position yourself 10 different times. And if it takes you 2 or 3 rides to do that, okay. But before you know it, on the 10th ride, you have recognized 20 plus open lane patterns. You have done 50 different swerves to practice. You've positioned yourself 100 different times in the right way of doing it. And before you know it, without having to think about it, you've been practicing good skills. But it's been fun the whole time. Because there's going to be like little check marks and like levels. Like you have to get, and like, you know how like achievements, right? Okay, the 1,000th time you've had an open lane pattern, you're not going to be able to recognize like 1,000th time. But unless you track it, just like working out. How you know that you are increasing your weights and getting better at working out and your time and your cardio, unless you track your workouts or track your diet or track. You can't gauge what you've done better unless you track it. And that's what I want to do when it comes to the book, because the MSF, what they're doing right now is just teaching you how to get your endorsement. That's it. Same thing with other things, right? Same thing with like Total Control and all these other endorsement teaching places. What they're doing is they're just teaching you how to get your endorsement. But imagine if there was like a system in place where you go out riding and you're just constantly like, okay, it's like a game to me now, not just like getting to work, but it's a game. And I'm able to like just keep like getting better and better because like I'm doing these quests and these achievements, and that means I've been with you on your rides. And I love that idea. I love the idea that I've been helping you ride without being there. And so I don't know. That's the goal of the Smart Rider Strategy Guide. And now you guys can understand why I've been racking my brain on how to do it, because I've been trying. Last year I was like, I'm just going to make like a better version of the MSF. And I'm like, there's no story. I'm just teaching you guys how to get your endorsement better. But that's not the goal. The goal is to make the community safer. Getting your endorsement doesn't make you safer. And I really had to rack my brain when it came to, what's made me a better golfer? What's made me a better friend? What's made me a better boyfriend? What's made me a better at anything new that I try? What's made me a better coach? What's made me better? Repetition of the good skill and exposure to it. So my thing when it comes to, okay, so how am I going to make somebody better at riding? I can't just teach them the endorsement. Accountability to get better. But let's make it fun. Let's make it fun. And so I just started, I just came up with this idea, and I'm kind of running with it, but it's a lot of work, and it's pretty difficult. I have like some stuff that I've definitely like been working on, like with storyline. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, the endorsement test is kind of a joke. It's for Arizona. It's a tight turn. It's a tight right-handed turn. Straight line weave around 5 cones. A U-turn in a 20-foot box. Emergency braking, which it's pretty easy to pass. A swerve. And that's it. That's it. It's difficult to be on the road. Yeah. And here's the thing, Smee, this is what I learned when I was researching a lot of this stuff, is the MSF, it's a nonprofit, it's like a government license type thing. That's why a lot of states have MSF as the thing that you have to take to get your endorsement. They came up with the test that states adopted. So MSF came up with the Arizona State test, and it's become standardized to most states, if not all states, at least the ones that are MSF. I think California's total control now. But all the states that are MSF, those states have that as the final test. And in the MSF, there's an extra one where it's a curve navigation. But that the tight turn, the straight line weave, the U-turn, the braking, and the swerving, that's a standardized test that they created, that states have adopted, and that's it. That's it. And that's the thing, is that it's just not good. Yeah, the CMSP, I think Total Control won the contract for them teaching that, and I think the CMSP is its own thing, but I think the Total Control actually teaches, they teach to that curriculum. So California does their own thing. It's kind of weird. But they won out from MSF, which is interesting. Which is good for them. Because California is huge, and it's a big motorcycle community. But for me, what I want to do, it's like, yeah, you take the endorsement test, you take the class, you finish the test, and now you're on your own. It's expected you understand, because you take the written, you're expected to understand the road signs, how to, like, they don't teach you, like, the road surface hazards, what like the oil on the ground, like how to navigate, like people don't see you, how to swerve, how to lane filter as an escape, like what kind of escapes. They just teach you how to swerve. They don't teach you how to look for an escape in real world scenarios. They teach you how to do emergency braking, but they don't teach you that in some situations where you need to emergency brake and then you might need to swerve afterwards, like let go and swerve afterward. There's not enough time. There's not enough time in a class to do that. And the thing is, you're learning it's basically learning on the job. And if you're out riding and you get yourself in a dangerous situation, you have to learn on the job. And the thing is, your goal is to have a 100% success rate. That's not realistic. And the problem is that even if you have a 99% success rate out of 100 close calls, you have that one crash could take you out. And so that's why a lot of people say it's not if but when. I don't like that. I want it to be an if. You can crash, but if. It's an if, not a win. And so that's why with the Smart Rider Strategy Guide, I really want to make it to where, hey guys, 100 swerves, 100 practice your braking at intersections, 100 intersections of braking and stopping, 100 times you recognize the open lane pattern, 100 times this, 100 I'll make it simple, I'll make it easy to follow. Like it's like a workout 3 days a week, go for 10, 10, 10. That's 30 in a week. After 3 weeks, that's 90. Boom, you're good, right? But it helps you kind of progress after you got your endorsement and you're on the road. And then instead of like 2 days of practicing like 10 times how to brake in the MSF in a parking lot, you're practicing 100 times over 3 weeks out in the road. So I'm helping you practice out on the road. Nobody's giving. I'm just verbal. I'm having fun here because I think this is like important. Turn off the music. Think of the MSF. I always go back to working out because I think it's one of the best ways to learn things, and you get really good feedback almost instantly. The MSF is a 2-day class. Maybe a 3 if you do the online thing the day before. But it's a 2-day class in person with a trainer. So you're working out. So you get a 2-day workshop class on how to work out. They teach you all the different workouts. They teach you bench press. They teach you squat. They teach you deadlift. They teach you bent over rows. They teach you how to curl. They teach good form on all these different things. But you only get 2 days. You get 2 days, and then they say, go ahead. Now you know how to work out. Now go ahead and figure it out. Go ahead and figure it out. All you have to do is pick the gym. So pick the motorcycle. And then go. That's basically what they tell you. But what they're not doing is, here's a workout program. So now that you know how to do these things, here's a workout program. So when you go out in the world and you go into the gym, I want you to do this for the next 8 to 12 weeks. And here's a second workout program and a third one. Or you can come back to class and take one of the more advanced classes, and you can go ahead and start practicing that. And then I'm going to give you another workout program for the next 8 to 12 weeks. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. So it's fine that they're going to teach people how to work out, how to ride a motorcycle. I'm cool with that. But I'm coming in and saying, here's an 8-week workout program. And so then you're going to progress better as a motorcycle rider. You're going to get the skill sets that you're going to need to maybe take an advanced class. You're going to feel exactly like good to go. You're going to feel strong. You're going to feel confident. You're going to get instant feedback because you're going to be like, I did 5 swerves. I feel confident doing a swerve at 50 miles per hour versus just the 15 to 20 miles per hour I did in a parking lot. I feel way more confident. I can actually say I can do these things. I know how to do it. I did, maybe one of the things is like you're going to do 5 U-turns at an intersection a week. So you're going to go up to an intersection, do a U-turn. So now when you have to, it's like I've already done 200 of them. It's so easy to do a U-turn at an intersection because I also did like 200 in a parking lot. And so my goal is to create a workout program that's motorcycles, obviously motorcycles, for after you get your endorsement. Yeah, how to ride a motorcycle versus how to be a motorcycle rider, exactly. And here's the thing is, it's one thing to know how to ride a motorcycle, but that's just enough to get you killed. That's just enough to get you into a close call or a crash. because now you're actually on the road with a motorcycle because you know how to ride a motorcycle. If you didn't know how to ride a motorcycle, you wouldn't be on the road to have a close call, right? Team workout thinking intramural sports, Craig, but that's why the Smart Rider games are coming up. We're gonna be competing against each other, have our own teams. That's kind of the idea. The academy, the class, like the Smart Rider strategy guide, that's like the school, right? And then the little games are like PE, intramural sports in between classes, right? Yeah. So, because I love school, I love learning, and then have some fun with the learning, right? But that's what I want to. That's what I want to do, and then have achievements, like be like I don't know. The SRC, yeah. Smart Rider crew. Making helmet wall mounts, nice. SME, that's cool. Yeah, I want to start reaching out to all those people that meet up and practice parking lot stuff, and then get them resources. And it's like, guys, let's just do this. And I think the Smart Rider strategy guide, I'm super excited about it. Like, I really wanted to get this out because I wanted people to start doing it because I do this. This is kind of like I've already completed my own version of the Smart Rider strategy guide as a rider, a more experienced rider. So it's like it's not easy, but it's like I don't need to make that for myself. I make these things for myself, and then it's like I share it with everyone else, and it seems like people like it. So I didn't really need to make a strategy guide for myself. I needed to make a game thing to have fun. So I made this first, and then now that I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, people probably the more people that know how to ride can do this. They can start doing this. You know, you get that expert bias where it's like everyone should know how to ride a motorcycle so they can do this. It's like not everybody knows how to ride. And so now I'm like, okay, let's get to the Smart Rider strategy guide. Let's start working on that. Make it a book format. It's gonna be a lot like this where it has QR codes, right? So I'm gonna really kind of focus on that coming up, and that's why now it's Fridays instead of Thursdays, so I can give myself an extra day of work. Because once I do the live stream, I'm just kind of brain dead. So after this, I'm brain dead. Which, oh shoot, I need to start getting ready. I'm getting too excited here. Craig McCoy, hey, what kind of wall mount? Do you have a website? I want a wall mount for my helmets. I just have shelves, just regular shelves. That's what I get from associating with you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just excited about it. I see a big gap. I see a big gap when it comes to motorcycle training. It's like once they get you out there, I mean, that's the kind of the same thing with working out. It's like a quick couple hour training with a trainer gets the person just enough information to hurt themselves in the coming weeks, because the thing is, like, maybe say you did 3 sets of bench press with a trainer. You're not going to know how to retract your scapula. You're not going to know to give yourself an arch and so that it's mostly working your chest and not your shoulders. How to position your elbows, not to do a suicide grip, but to actually get the thumb wrapped around. How to plant your feet on the ground and not flail them around. How to do some leg drive when it comes to the bench. They're not going to be able to teach you that in 3 to 4 sets. And so you're going to go ahead and start doing bench press, and by week 4, you're going to blow out your shoulder because you keep adding weight. Because your feet aren't planted. Your arms are like this versus chest up. Like you're not going to. So, yeah, wrong form. Same thing with riding a motorcycle. And so, like, I really want, if there's going to be motorcycle training, to like, here's how to ride a motorcycle. I want to teach you how to be a good rider. I like that statement that you wrote in there. My fiance taught me more technique on how to ride than the course. Yeah, the course is only just enough. You know, it's not. It's just enough to get your endorsement. That's why I've said for years, the MSF and all these other places, they teach you to the endorsement. And if you know going through school is that if you're being taught to the test, you're not really being taught. You're being taught how to take a test. And the test could be not that great. The test could be made to where the test is a high success rate. So how do you get a high success rate with the general population? You make it easy. So you teach an easy test. And if you want to continue getting higher success rates, you just keep making the test easier and easier and easier. And if you keep making it easier, the person's not going to be good. And then when they get in the real world, guess what? The real world's not easy. The real world is pretty tough. So, and that's the thing is like the reason why a lot of the MSF teaches to the test is because it's a government nonprofit thing, and the goal is to get more riders out on the road that want to get on the road. And for me, it's like, okay, cool. Well, I want you guys to practice when you're out on the road. Here's how you can practice. Here's a workout program. And here's a fun way of doing it. I don't know. Guys, I got to get going. I'm going to edit these videos. So these videos can come out this weekend. Probably, you know, I'm actually kind of brain dead right now. I'm going to go ahead and upload them to upload them so I can do them at home. But I'm going to go ahead and have dinner tonight. What time is it? It's 1. I got to leave in 3 hours. I got plenty of time. I'm going to get some food, relax a little bit, do some laundry, and yeah, shipping address. Message me on Instagram. Do you have an Instagram, Craig? Much easier that way. Making it easy, the wrong strategy. You must make it hard to make people proud of their skills and seek improvement. That's another thing is that if you make if the standards are what you tolerate, right? Think about relationships and all this other stuff. It's very easy to kind of like get adjacent. I'm having fun here. Now that I know I'm not going to edit right now. If you tolerate a lot, that means your standard's low. And so if you want to increase your standards, you have to make it a little bit difficult. So when it comes to like teaching and education, there is a balance. You don't want to make it so difficult that nobody can accomplish it. So you want to have tiers. You want to have like easy, moderate, hard, and super expert. That's why there's beginner mode, easy, moderate, and hard. So you can feel accomplished at whatever skill level you are. It's like, oh, the beginners are easy. But then like once you like really start practicing, like hard is hard, and then you actually complete all of them, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel really good and accomplished because you look back and you're able to do that. If it's just super duper hard, and I think that's one of the problems the MSF and all these other people get into, is that if they just made it incredibly hard, nobody will be passing the test, and it looks like a failure on the MSF's part when it comes to education. A lot of people blame the teacher, and the tough thing is that you also have to balance out. It's like with the real world, it is so hard. I give them props of doing their absolute best, because when I was a rider coach, I listened to how they developed the curriculum, and their mindset is quite literally rider safety, and at the same time they're beholden to sponsors because they're a nonprofit. They're beholden to sponsors. They're beholden to the government grants. They're beholden to everybody, so they have to have this balance. My thing, and I think this is what's really good about solopreneurs and content creators and people that are creating like a business out of what they are producing here, content-wise, especially education, is that I'm not beholden. And this is what I really like about the few sponsors I have, like Cardo, but mainly you guys, and then the book sales and a few other things. Like I create my own stuff. Is that the only people that I'm beholden to are the shareholders, which are you guys, the stakeholders. That's like the business term for it. But my community, and so I'm creating what you guys want or wish you guys had when you first started riding, but something that you can share with new riders, something you guys can support. I don't have to have a curriculum that is dependent on like, because with grants, you get audited, and it's like, is this educational content producing the outcomes that the grant holder wants or the grantee or grantor wants, which is usually the state. And if the state wants more people on the road and a high success rate, guess what the people that are creating the content is going to do? They're going to create easy content that's a high success rate and more people on the road. So I don't have those stipulations. My stipulations are, is this successful? And as a business, because as a MSF, it's state, so it doesn't really matter if it fails. As a business, like if my content, my product, the games or the Smart Rider strategy guide does not do well, does not produce good outcomes for the people that are trying to ride, it's not gonna be successful. So that's the great thing about the United States, is that as a business, if I'm not successful, I'm out of business. And the only way I'm not successful is if my product sucks. And if my product sucks, that means nobody's learning how to ride, which means that my education sucks, which means I need to get better. It's this full cycle. And so I really am focused on creating the absolute best I possibly can for you guys when it comes to how to ride in a way that the internet culture, right? Because we play video games, we do all these things, loves to learn. And at the same time, I have to want to do it and love to do it myself. So it's like my stipulations are so different than the MSF. It's so different than all these different organizations that have big sponsors and government contracts, and like their objective is to get endorsements done. My objective is to make sure my community, the people that follow me, make it home at night. That's it. How to do that is we're going to have fun in a parking lot. We're going to have a strategy guide that's going to get us safer when we're riding and having fun, sharing our achievements, community-based. So that's my goal. All right. I'm on a tirade now. I'm tired. I don't want to like talk myself out of being social. Moto Gaga, I'm yapping. Moto Gaga, see you guys. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, everybody. Shmi. Yeah, Horovac. See you guys later. I'm gonna be heading out. Yeah, I'm passionate about it. It's what I love doing. I'll see you guys later. I'll play some music. See you guys. I'm gonna disappear.